Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, who says TikTok, can't be helpful?
I never said it wasn't helpful.
Oh, all right. Well, who said TikTok was useless?
It helps me remind me why I shouldn't be on social media.
Ah, that's what it is, yeah. Yeah, so there's a woman on TikTok, and, she asked her young daughter what her answer would be if a stranger came up and said, I'm your mom's friend, and she sent me to pick you up.
Oh.
Because, that's probably the biggest fear any parent has, is that, somebody will be mean to a child like that and, try to pull some ridiculousness. So here's what the little girl said.
If a stranger came up to you and said, I'm your mom's friend, and she sent me to pick you up, what would you say?
You're a liar because my mom doesn't have any friends.
That's a great response. That is a fantastic response.
This kid's a savage already.
Yeah, I love this. The timing, all of that was really, really good. So I'm very, very excited for this child's future.
So she's saying, is that like a rock bottom moment where mom's like, you know what, maybe I need to be nicer to people?
Yeah,
I need to start socializing.
That is so awesome.
You're a liar because my mom doesn't have any friends.
Oh man, I want to hear that again. That was that's a priceless child moment. I hope she keeps that forever.
If a stranger came up to you and said, I'm your mom's friend, and she sent me to pick you up, what would you say?
You're a liar because my mom doesn't have any friends.
Is it bad for me to say that I feel like I would be her friend?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that is bad for me to say.
It's not bad.
Yeah, I'm just,
You don't know anything about her.
Well,
yeah, right.
I mean,
you don't
look,
know if she board games or not.
From what I
what
can
if she
tell,
hates board gamers and doesn't like Star Trek?
Well, yeah, that would be a problem.
Jar Jar Binks is the greatest character ever.
That would be a problem. But I
still
mean,
want to be her friend because
look,
she's attractive.
There's mom there dancing. She's a good dancer.
Yeah, but do you see she's not dancing with anyone because she has no friends?
That's good. Well, that's why she needs me.
Yeah.
No, too bad. All right, fine. Whatever. Kid's awesome, though.
Or what if the mom gave her that line? It's like, you know what? If anyone comes up to you, this is the perfect answer. They can't prove it wrong.
Well, that makes the mom even cooler, doesn't it?
I don't know. You're just obsessed with her now, aren't you?
I am. I can't help it. What's her way? Is she on the Insta?
Imperfect mom.
Oh, she's on the
on the TikTok.
Hey, she's imperfect.
What about the other three?
Right, the other three. Forget about it.
Is that
the
new
first three imperfect moms?
Is that the new Fantastic Four movie, The Imperfect Four? Is that
sure, why not?
All right, let's do it. Because I'll tell you, that's what those movies were. Well, you know what? Good for her. I mean, she's taking, what is a safety thing and making a little bit of fun out of it, which I think is really awesome.
Look, she likes humor. She likes fun and family. It's clear you guys can't be friends.
Yeah, you don't like any of those things.
No.
I feel like, opposites attract, guys. I feel like you've forgotten that tenet of love.
Oh, she's addicted to Amazon. Okay, you guys
Well, there is that. I mean, I have that. But who isn't addicted to Amazon?
And she's living an imperfect journey.
Oh, all right. And she dances a lot.
And she dances a lot.
I see her do a lot of dancing.
Well, that's TikTok, man.
Yeah, look, she's got her own Amazon store thingy. Like, you could buy her stuff.
Oh, the wish list. There you go.
Buy her some stuff, and you can win her over to become friends.
Yeah, maybe be BFFs.
Now,
I want to be your friend. I'll buy you a light bulb.
I've heard people use these kind of stores to do some illicit activity that that used to be the oldest profession? Is that still going on?
Oh, I don't know. You're asking the wrong person, but
have you guys heard that where people set up an Amazon store and it's their way of basically getting around the prostitution laws?
Well, I've heard of hot chicks that are like on Amazon. Like, here's my wish list. Buy it for me. If you buy something, I'll take a picture of myself in whatever you purchased.
Oh yeah, that's legit.
And when you sign up for OnlyFans, you can put your Amazon wish list on there for people to just buy you stuff.
So I don't know if you're getting sex out of the deal. It's more just like maybe like you're just kind of like that person that's hoping to get sex out of a deal, but they're just stringing you along, a little carrot on the stick.
Yeah, so it's a strip club at home.
You guys got to go to the darker version of the web. You got to keep digging.
Oh,
that's
rather not, but thanks.
That's where you get to the quality. Okay, I mean, it's just saying.
No, thank you.
No? Okay, fine, whatever. I guess it's just me and Danny.
Well, you can take care of the imperfect mom if you want.
Well, I mean,
Sugar Daddy BJ over there?
Yeah, that'll be great. Seriously, I never want to be that guy. I mean, if I'm getting absolutely nothing but a picture, I'm sorry. I mean, I can get pictures anywhere. You know what I mean? I don't have to know the people, right? You just do a thumbnail and then you just hit freeze frame, right? And you got a picture. What do I got to go pay somebody at their Amazon store for, right?
Right?
All right, good.
Oh, wow.
Is it just me and Danny? We're the only ones that do this?
Creep factor for BJ.
How did Danny get roped into this? Yeah.
Now, listen, who do you think gives me these ideas?
I don't think anyone on this show has.
Oh, no, and that's you. You're on that island.
Obviously, you do not know Danny. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
All right,
you guys
then.
think you know Danny?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if people are buying things for people on Amazon and getting sex out of the deal.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I think that's absolutely happening.
I do. I think that of course the laws, police or whatever governmental agencies are heavily involved because it is a way around it. You know what I mean? Because
a workaround, yeah.
It is a workaround. I mean, granted, what these girls are doing is legal, but then again, we don't know how far they're going. Like, okay, you get a special picture, you get this, but what if you buy their whole wish list? I have a feeling that option does maybe include a meetup.
You think?
In some cases, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's a case-by-case situation.
Oh, yeah, I'm not saying
that these girls are just like, I'm really hot. You can buy me something and get nothing out of it. And it just sums up college and high school life for me.
I was going to say the same thing, Steve. You're absolutely right. That's my, that's my college and high school career.
So for me, it's like it's a form of nostalgia.
Yeah, do it. You're absolutely right. Let's go back to our old days. Let's go back to our glory days where we spent all our money and had nothing to show for it.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Oh my gosh, it's been too long since I've been on a bike. I really like it. Living a healthy life free of gambling problems is a lot of fun and a nice change of pace. Did you say race? No. Yes.
Reconnect with yourself and the ones you love. If gambling is creating a problem for you, there's hope and help. For more information, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org. That's evergreencpg.org.
Hey guys, Matt McAllister here. Now look, all couples argue or disagree from time to time, but when that comes your norm and you find yourself, drifting apart, it might be time to reconsider that relationship. Look, I've been there. It's not easy on anybody, but if you do need professional, compassionate help, you might want to talk with the folks at Family Law Solutions. They're the partner you need when times get really tough. They provide solutions from adoption to prenuptial agreements to divorce and child support. And you don't have to go this alone. Get started today at FamilyLawSolutionsNorthwest.com.
We now return to BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Recently, we talked about how it seems like people are expecting to pay for their own meals when they're going out on dates. We talked about that about a week or two ago.
Right.
It's that expectation now that when you're on a date, you know what? You Dutch it. You don't have to pay for yourself. Vicky's been kind of doing that a long time where she's just like, yeah, I'll pay for myself.
Yeah, I have a hard time letting anyone do anything for me, but also there's that sense of, well, like, oh, you owe me something. I'm like, no, I don't, because I paid for myself.
Okay, I was wondering, is it more so that you just, because I do know that you don't like people giving you gifts or giving you, like, handing things to you.
Yeah.
You make it difficult sometimes.
I'm trying. My therapist and I are trying to work on it.
But I was wondering if it's also because you don't want to create this unfair expectation that some people might create in their head, like, oh, I paid for dinner, therefore you should, play with my sausage.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like,
the actual sausage at the dinner table.
Yeah. Along with pretzels and stuff, because I like the
chop
German
it up,
food.
juggle it. I don't know.
I think we've found out why Steve was, dateless for many years of his life.
I would never do that.
Totally no!
I paid for lots of dates and got nothing in return. And I liked it.
Well, yes, sir. You know what you can do with your own sausage. I'm going to leave this dinner.
Well, I get dessert? No, I've got dessert at home. It's my sausage.
Yeah. We got a woman, her name is Alex. She's from Wisconsin, and she just tweeted a screenshot of the text that a guy sent her when she ended things after 3 dates. The guy texted, quote, "It's only fair to ask for equal payment from you for the dates that we went on. I paid for both of us each time. I'd say $35 is more than fair for your fair share for your food and drinks. I view you as a fair girl. I hope you'll consider reimbursing me."
Oh, so you complimented her. He said, "You're a fair girl."
And her tweet is going viral, and of course she hasn't sent him any money. You know, it's an interesting thing, because we talked about double standard before, Taylor Swift complaining about a joke on a Netflix show, basically saying, you go through more men than Taylor Swift. And Taylor's like, really? I mean, is that what we're still talking about? Like, that's a thing that we should be making fun of. And I think it's also a double standard if we make fun of this guy. It's like,
I think this guy deserves to be made fun of. I mean, it's at the time, if you felt like he should get, if they go half and half, he should have said something at the time, but to go back and be like, I want that money back, because our relationship never turned out to be what I hoped it to be. You know what I mean? Like, it's, if you wanted to go half and half, you should say something in the first place. If you're willing to pay, then at that point, okay, that money's gone.
Except that the third... Oh, what's that, Vic?
Oh, I was going to say, it's when you offer to do something for somebody, I don't feel like there should ever be any strings attached. That's why I have a hard time accepting anything from anyone, because in my head, I'm like, okay, what strings are attached with this? And the fact that you offer to pay for something, you are doing it out of the goodness of your own heart. And this is probably the same kind of guy that's like, I'm a good guy. Why can't a girl date me? Or why can't I be with a girl? Because you're not really a good guy.
He's a good guy and she's a fair girl.
Yeah, well, you're doing these things because you were expecting something out of it. And when you didn't get it, you decided, okay, well, I'm going to show you my true colors.
Do you think at all there's just the expectation? Because I paid for dates because it was expected. It wasn't like I'm like, oh, I'm going to give you something out of the goodness of my heart. It's like, guys pay for dates. That's what I was told growing up. So It wasn't even an option.
There's a traditional way of doing things.
Yeah. So to me, I agree with Vicky. If you're doing something supposedly out of the goodness of your heart, then you shouldn't expect any money back. But with the expectation, which is why I kind of like that we've got a whole new paradigm where it's just like, you pay for you, I'll pay for me. But that expectation is just like and that's why I think she's putting it up there, because I think that people are going to laugh at this guy. It's like, dude, of course guys pay for dates. What are you doing?
I do love that the text, I guess, originally started with, "Hi, Alex, I hope you're doing well. Would you mind letting me know what your Venmo is?" So he wants her to Venmo him the money, which I thought was kind of funny as a way of being like, hey, break the ice. What's going on? Give me your Venmo because I'm going to request some cash from you. Now, what if, though, the girl, her name's Alex, like she said, hey, all right, you got the dinner this time, I'll get it next time. And then there was no date the next time.
Oh, so in other words, do you think that's what happened?
Oh, I have no idea. I just think about, like, sometimes with the fella, it's like, I go get dinner with Ted, I'll pay. And he'd be like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah, you get next time. But, like, what if our friendship ended?
Oh, right.
Do I have a right to text Ted and be like, Ted, we were supposed to have one more dinner, and it was yours that you're supposed to pay, so I'd appreciate if you Venmo me the money that we would have spent on this dinner.
That would be cool.
I feel like such a goober doing that,
You couldn't even finish that sentence, Steve.
I just would feel so weird texting. It's got to be coming from a place of anger. Like, he's mad that this relationship didn't turn into anything. It's like, paid for all these dates. I'm going to send her an emotional text.
Look, you're right. It's petty. It's $35. I think any normal human being goes, all right, I'm going to chalk it up and just move on. Because what are you going on a date for? You know, you're looking for the love of your life, and that's surely worth $35 to take that chance in my brain. So I would chalk it up that way, going, well, hey, listen, you know what? Someday I'm with all this money's going to add up to something. I'm going to find the right one, and I'm going to be glad that I spent all these money. But I will say this for Alex, the girl, by the third date, because it ended after the third date, don't you think she knew by the third date as she was going out again and he's paying for her that she had some inkling that this wasn't going to work out? Unless something happened on that third date where she's like, he's a great guy. And then maybe he said, would you like to play with my sausage? And then she's like, okay, I'm out.
I don't know, man. Like, it's been so long since I've been in the dating world, but I remember there were times after our first date, I'm like, this is good stuff. And then the second date happened. I'm like, this is not the same person. Like, maybe the guard went down or the true colors finally came out. And maybe it was one of those situations. I can't think for either one of them.
This is date 3, Steve. Yeah. I got to be thinking by date 3 as it begins how you're feeling about the person. So to end it after the third date, I'm kind of like on his side. Like, why did you go out and let me pay if you ended it at the third date? You had to know we weren't clicking. It's like he's only asking for $35, and I got to be thinking that's just that last date, right?
I don't know. Or maybe we're learning that Alex is a rather cheap date. If it's $10 a date or $12 or whatever the math is.
Yeah, $35 is not a lot of money for a date, really, when you think about it.
12
for one person.
All right, so I'm single, and my friend had an interesting strategy that he had me try out, and it did not work, and I do not recommend it.
Okay, Joe, what is this?
Let me get your guys' opinion. He would only take women out to restaurants that he had coupons for instance, like Red Lobster, and at the end of the date, if he did not have a good time or thought it wasn't going anywhere, he'd break out the buy one, get one free coupon, and instead of just paying for her, he'd get a meal to go. That way the date would always be a success, regardless of whether he liked it or not.
I love this guy.
I'd go on a second date with him. I think that's funny, but I'm not a girl, so I don't know.
I tried it, and let me tell you.
You did try it?
I did try it, yes. I went to Olive Garden. The breadsticks were already free, and she was not happy when she found out she had to pay because I was not feeling it.
So would you have paid for the date if you were feeling the date?
Oh, yeah, and I would not have used the coupon.
That's an interesting. I wonder if that's something you need to say ahead of time. Like, it's all of a sudden everything's become a reality show. Like, hey, this date goes well, I'm paying for it. This date doesn't go well, you're paying for it. You're half.
And I'm getting some fettuccine Alfredo for the road home.
Right, but consider those breadsticks, they're free.
That's the thing. Not everybody's Vicky. I think that's a brilliant move because there's an expectation. Not everybody's Vicky that says, hey, man, let me just, 50-50 this. There are a lot of people that believe the dude should pay, or at least one person should pay. Well, whoever it is, somebody's always got to pay while the other one goes, you're going to treat me.
See, this is why I'm so glad I'm not in the dating world, especially in 2021. Well, for obvious reasons, but there's so many changes to the way, at least back in the day, there was a traditional way of doing things. Whether you agree with it or not, you kind of had it in your head. I'm paying. Now you don't know. Am I going to insult the girl if I offer to pay? Is she someone that's going to be like, I'm a woman and I can do it myself? I don't know. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm really glad. I'm going to have to thank my wife for putting up with me.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to worry about this again.
I don't envy anybody trying to figure it out now, Steve. There's so many new parameters to dating and what it's all about and what it means, and it's insane.
All right, how about this one? Someone has a question for Vicky on the text line. I had a friend who was really into a girl, went out with her, and then sent her a bill the next day for her half. He thought it was fair. I told him he totally just lost all chances with her. What do you think?
Yeah. If you wanted to split the bill or her, you should have done it the night of. Unless she said, oh, you know what, I forgot my wallet and I'll send you money later or something. But yeah, you're not getting laid for that. It's not a good look. You should have done that at the dinner.
Oh, okay. At the dinner, you got to make that negotiation. See that?
Yeah. Maybe it should be the waiter or waitress's job.
Oh, they come up and
say, so what are we doing here? Are you guys going Dutch? Or how's this date going? All of a sudden they become a mediator for the relationship.
I think that's a great idea.
That's a good idea.
It's a terrible idea.
I love that idea. It's not like it wouldn't be the first profession we ask people to go beyond their station. We ask the police department to be therapists. Why can't we ask our servers to be therapists and go, let's just mediate this? What do you think about negotiations?
So I have a simple rule, and it's pretty simple. If I ask someone out, I'm paying. If I get asked out, they're paying.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's actually very fair. I've done that where I've like gone out with a dude and I'll pay for it and just say, hey, we're gonna go get drinks after this. I'll pay for this because I invited you out. If you want to pay after that, that's totally fine.
Oh, so you do have so that's another rule. So it's not 50-50 when you say that.
No, but then the next time around, I'm like, hey, you want to get drinks later? Like you can pay for those. Like we discussed that out or that. That makes sense.
See, it's all Steve, you're right. There's
too many rules, and then no one's consistent.
Yeah.
I can't deal with this.
Yeah.
But there's a thing called communication, so...
that's even crazier. You want us to have a conversation about financial stuff?
Right.
So let me ask this. Let me ask this, because nobody's pointing out this big elephant in the room.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the guy we think is a jerk... But now he's all over the country. Who knows if we're the only radio station or anybody talking about this guy because she put him on blast. But I don't think that's cool.
In all fairness, all it shows on her screenshot is the initial CK. So that's his first and last name, and then she crosses out the phone number.
Wait, it's Calvin Klein?
It's Calvin Klein. Yep.
It is Calvin Klein.
Yep.
I knew
or Chris Kringle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was going to say, ever since Back to the Future, that Calvin Klein kid, I knew he was up to no good.
So, is she really, like, the only person that knows is him?
Well,
it's not like she's outing him and showing a picture of the guy. I'm not too concerned
Or maybe
about
the
that.
friends? How about maybe the friends go, dude, that's you. That's that Alex chick you're like, maybe nobody knew, but maybe in the friend circle. I'm not for it. I think she's just as much of a jerk as he is for basically going, look at this.
Well, I think she could have been way more jerky because there's zero pictures. There's there's just two initials. And there's no phone number.
And if the friend group sees it, it's like, hey, isn't that the chick you went out with and those are your initials and he's embarrassed by it, then he knows he did something wrong. Well, otherwise, why wouldn't he have told his friends?
Yeah, he's like, damn right, that's me. I'm still waiting for her to get back to me.
Okay, so we don't think that, her putting it on blast like that, because she could just leave it alone and not tell anybody.
But what fun is that? You want likes and retweets these days. Isn't that what life is about?
Gotta be those internet influencers.
I forgot all about that. You're right, guys. You know what? I'm a horrible person. I didn't realize that she's really been the one hurt here, and at least she's getting something for getting her likes, and getting validation. You're right.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney. And I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Grandma, we missed you.
Come here, kids. It's so good to see you again. Grandma and I have to catch up. Why don't you play in the other room for a bit?
Okay.
It's good to see you again, Mom. We all missed you.
I'm sorry it took so long. I lost a lot to my gambling problems, but I'm happy to have my life back with you.
We are too, Mom.
If gambling is creating a problem for you, call the Washington State Helpline at 1-800-547-6133 or visit evergreencpg.org.